Hello everyone, it's Avohkii here. Today I am super hyped to be showing you guys my custom LEGO Ninjago Sons of Garmadon villain minifigures. There are 8 custom villain minifigures right here, which are villains from the upcoming season of Ninjago, the Sons of Garmadon, and I have 8 because it is season 8 of Ninjago. We'll be taking a look at all of them individually, and I think they all turned out really good. And then I also built this awesome stand to go with them, and I will take a look at that at the end of the video. So, with that all said, let's begin. Alright, so here are all of the minifigures on this custom stand that I made, and of course all these minifigures are from the upcoming new season of Ninjago, Sons of Garmadon, which I can't wait for. I am super excited for that. And these guys are all ninja, biker, Garmadon, fanboy, cultist, something. I'm not quite sure what they are exactly, but I think they're most importantly biker Garmadon fanboys. But these minifigures I think just turned out amazing. So now we are going to be taking a look at them one by one. Starting off here with Garmadon from, this is his version in the new season of Ninjago, where he is like resurrected or something. We see this guy in the Temple of Resurrection set, and I think this minifigure turned out really cool, and is probably my second favorite in this entire showcase. So he's using a lot of pieces from the LEGO Ninjago movie sets, and like the face is from the Pajama Garmadon, the head helmet is too, and then I'm using these shoulder pads from a Next Night villain. This torso is actually Jungle Garmadon's torso, just turned backwards, because I just wanted to have a basic black one that has 4 arms. And then my favorite part of this entire minifigure is the torso print right under there, and you guys, if I can get it off here, can see that that is actually Lloyd Garmadon's torso print from the not first wave, but second wave of Ninjago. This guy came in one of the little spinner battle packs, and I decided to use that because on this version of Garmadon, you can actually see a little bit of rib cage sticking through, and there's also a little bit of what seems to be some creepy purple blood dripping out. So that is just a little detail kind of represented here with this little bit of purple. It doesn't represent it too well, but I do think that did turn out really cool, and I really love how this minifigure looks, and I can't wait to get the official one. Next up here is just a pretty basic biker guy, and I'm using a variety of different pieces on this guy. I'm using Master Chin's legs. I'm using a face that is from just a normal Anaconda guy, and that works very well because it does have tattoos on his face. And then I just gave him, to represent his Mr. T Mohawk, I do not have that piece. So, like I've seen some other people do, I just represented that with a 1x1 tile right there. I think that turned out pretty cool. And then I'm using one of the Foot Soldier torsos from the TMNT sets, and then he just has a wrench and a stick of dynamite. So this minifigure is one of the more basic ones in this showcase, but I do think he did turn out really cool, and I just really happy with how this one looks. Next up here is one of the normal just biker guys, and this one once again has the same torso, but I give him the short legs, and then also he has Officer Toke's face, if I can move that, but I can't because the Mohawk's preventing that. But that's the face that I used for this guy, and for the little bandana right there, or I'm not sure, a little mouth covering piece, I forgot the name of that, but that is just one of the ninja mask piece without the top part from the LEGO Ninjago movie sets. That's just one of them right there, and I really like that face print because he does look angry right there, so that works. I just gave him a black katana, and then I decided not to give this guy just the same type of mohawk that I gave this guy right here, because, you know, this you can kind of tell because it is in a normal hair color, so it's easier to tell that this is like a Mr. T mohawk, like, that's what they use for the piece, I'm pretty sure. But when I had it in red, it just did not look too great. It just kind of looked a little weird. So I decided to go with the Mohawk piece from the Battledorf from Series 17, and I really like how that looks. I think it definitely does fit these biker gang guys quite well. So now let's take a look at the next minifigure. So here is another one of the biker gang, or whatever these characters are, but this one isn't really one that was really in the sets at all. This one I just kind of made up myself and got a little bit more creative with it because a lot of the normal biker guys are very similar, so I decided to change it up a little bit and make my own, and I think it turned out really good. And this minifigure is using a variety of different parts from a lot of different themes. So the legs, of course, are Kai's from the Ninjago movie. Torso is from a foot soldier, once again, from a TMNT set. Then she has Macy's helmet right there. These goggles from an old, like, Pharaoh's Quest set. Then that face is from the Shark Army Angler, and then the arms are Catwoman's arms. So quite a variety of different pieces, and I really do like how this one turned out. For accessory, she just has a wrench right there, but of course you can also flip down the goggles like that. And I think that face print fits very well with these guys, and I really like how the scar looks on it, and also I love the use of the Catwoman's arms right there. So that's pretty much it for this minifigure. And here is the last minifigure for the normal biker gang guys. This one is just using Kai's kimono torso right there, then Cole's legs from Possession, then it's just using one of the faces from one of the Shark Army guys, and that right there, if I take the helmet off, you guys can see that right there, has another scar, and I think those faces just really work well. All of those faces from the Shark Army guys just really work well for these guys because they're kind of beaten up and look really good. Of course, this guy does have a visor that you can flip down right like that, and I think that does look pretty sweet right there. And then, of course, his arms are showing like a lot of the other guys, and then he just has this sword right there. And then this is the first one of the bikers that have been corrupted by the Oni masks, or I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. This one right here, I think, did turn out pretty nice. It's using a lot of pieces from the Next Night set from year 2. And yes, this minifigure does have a back face print right there that is exposed, but that just doesn't bother me very much on my custom minifigures because I mostly look at these guys from the front. So I don't really care about that, but right there for the torso, that is Ruina's torso. And then the legs are legs from the original Cole minifigure. And then this minifigure, she just has this ponytail, which is one of the ponytail pieces in rubber coming out of the top of her head right there, connected with that stud, because the official minifigure for this character does actually have a stud attached to the top, so I decided to go with that. And then right there, she just has this little like bandana on. So I think this minifigure looks pretty cool, and now let's move on to the next Oni mask minifigure. Alright, so this minifigure right here is probably my favorite minifigure in the entire series. I think this one turned out phenomenal, and I actually made this minifigure like 3 times. In the first 2 tries, I thought this minifigure turned out awful and was probably going to be the worst in the series, but by try 3, it looked way better and is just probably my favorite. But the reason why I like this minifigure so much is because I think the entire color scheme on this one flows together really well and just combines perfectly. And I love the custom Oni mask right there that's using one of the Next Night headpieces, once again just turned around. And then the eyes are just a couple stickers that I cut out and put on right there. And I think those look really good. And then for the like ponytails on either side, I don't have more of these ponytail pieces right there. So instead, I just took some claw pieces because they do look pretty similar, and then I just sticky tack them on either side right there. So then on the back, you can once again see another face, but like I said, that doesn't really bother me that much at all. And then for the shoulder pads, this one does have these more of the Next Night Season 2 or Wave 2, or Year 2 actually, shoulder pads. I think those look pretty good, although on the official minifigure those are gray, but I don't have those in gray, so I just decided to go with purple. And then that torso right there is from a Ninja Turtle set, which looks very good, and that's one of my favorite parts about this minifigure, because I think the belt there flows really well with this belt right here from Catwoman, and I just love how that looks. And then she has some red arms, and then more of Kai's legs. So making use out of a lot of extra Kais, because the LEGO Ninjago movie Kai comes in a lot of the cheaper sets. which is kind of annoying. But then for her weapon right here, it is the mace, or flail really, and that's just attached to the end of a chain, and you guys can see that I'm using one of those T-bar pieces right there, and then the flail piece right here is not in the purple color, because I just decided to go with this more basic color, because I didn't have any pieces that looked similar in purple, or in the lightish pink color, so I just decided to go with this, and you can get some fun mace action out of that. So that's pretty much it for this custom minifigure, and now let's take a look at the last one in the showcase. For the final minifigure in the showcase, it is Mr. E. That is, of course, the official reveal name for this minifigure, and this, I'm pretty sure, is the leader of the biker gang that is trying to resurrect Garmadon in Season 8 of Ninjago, and this minifigure, of course, does have a basic name, Mr. E, which is kind of on the boring side, but I think this minifigure, or this character in the show, will actually turn out to be really cool. Really excited to like find out this character's backstory. That sounds really cool, and I think this minifigure does look really good. But of course, you guys have already pretty much seen this minifigure because I've shown him in 2 other videos. So I just will go over him really quickly right there. For the torso, I'm just using the torso from the scuba diver from the Fun of the Beach set. Then the legs right there are one of the Next Knight's Year 1 legs from the Fire Monsters. Just using shoulder pads from the Deepstone Coal. And then the face right there is just a normal red minifigure head. Then I don't have a dark red visor, so instead I put on a clear visor, put a red head underneath right there, and then just put on some more sticker eyes that I just cut out of a sticker sheet. And then this minifigure does have dark red arms and also some cool katanas right there. Now let's take a look at the other form. So here he is in his like Oni Mask corrupted form right there. You can do this in the Street Race of Snake Jaguar set, which is coming out, of course, winter 2018, and you just take off the like upper torso part and attach it on it to Mr. E in that set with the Oni Mask. And right here, this Oni Mask isn't the best representation of one of the Oni Masks, but this one is supposed to represent the Oni Mask of Revenge, and I think it does look still pretty good, but, you know, it doesn't really look too much like a mask. But it was pretty much the best I could do with the pieces that I have, and even though it doesn't look too much like a mask, it still looks pretty cool in my opinion. And right there, you guys can see that I am using these horn pieces, and then right there, I'm just using this normal samurai helmet, and then right there is a face from the Next Knight sets, and then I'm using the Stone Army torso, or Stone Warrior torso, and then the bottom part of the body is the same as normal Mr. E. And with 4 arms, this guy can wield 4 swords, so double the swords. And I think that does look super cool there and has a really cool look to it. So overall, I think this minifigure is not the best in the showcase, but it definitely is one of the most important, and I think I did do a pretty good job on it. So that is pretty much it for all of these minifigures. Alright, so here is the stand, and I think this turned out really good and definitely makes the minifigures look really good while they're all standing on it. No pun intended right there. But anyway, right here does have the Sons of Garmadon color scheme with the black, red, and purple. And I think that looks very Sons of Garmadon-esque with the flags here too, which just added a little bit of decoration to what could have been like kind of boring looking stand. Same thing with these little purple pieces on either side. That's just supposed to kind of add a little bit of an Asian roof detail on either side right there. And you guys can see kind of how I've built up the stand with using a lot of these door frame pieces, and those are pretty strong and just make where I don't have to use quite as many black pieces on this, but still looks great from pretty much all angles. Then right here, there's this one red stripe going through it right there, and you can see that there is this like little piece right here which has on it Mr. E's like alternative parts to him that you can put on instead to make him be the normal biker Mr. E right there, and those are just attached to this 2x2 tile right there. So then right here there are 3 places where you can put minifigures right there, 4 right here, and then 1 right there, which this is of course where Garmadon stands. Then right here in back is my favorite part of this entire stand, and this is the Sons of Garmadon logo. So I think I did a very good job of making this out of Lego pieces. I was going to print it out, but I decided to just make my own because I saw the like round red bits on either side, and I was like, hey, I have those pieces or something that looks very similar. So I decided to make it myself, and I think that turned out really good. And that for the actual like face on the Sons of Garmadon logo, I'm using one of the Stone Warrior faces and then a Stone Warrior helmet and this Stone Warrior little decoration right there. And I've kind of rounded this off with these pizza pieces on either side or on all sides right there. And just has white in the background. These pieces are just attached on like that. And I think this like symbol right here definitely completes the entire minifigure showcase and it just looks amazing. Absolutely love how that turned out. You can kind of adjust it here with these ratcheted pieces. And that's pretty much it for this stand. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it, and I really hope you all did enjoy this video. I had a super fun time making all these custom Sons of Garmadon minifigures and doing this video. I think they all turned out amazing, but do be sure to leave your thoughts on them in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think of all these custom minifigures, and if you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to subscribe. So now with all that said, please do like, comment, and subscribe for daily LEGO videos, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!